Hey friends, what's going on? It is now, boy, the weeks just fly by. It's Thursday already. The 19th. Jeez. Cheers, hope you're all doing okay. We got snow, but nothing bad last night. Um, Looks like we just got a couple of inches, so nothing bad. It's pretty. It's still very light snow. It's the very end. But we dodged a bullet. There was potential heavy snow, and Omaha missed it, so I'm thankful for that. I bought a new shovel yesterday. First time buying a new shovel in many, many years. I've been using the same shovel for almost 30 years. It's broken, but I use it. The last shovel I bought broke. Like, I don't think it lasted 2 winters. So I bought a nice one this time, one that I won't break. So, regarding the world, the news, and people and music, yes, I see that the drummer from Screaming Trees passed away. I wasn't a fan. I never bought any of their records. There was a time when I was more focused on that lane of music and what I liked in it. And I recognized how much people around me liked them, and I recognized they were good. I never heard a song by them that really caught me, but I recognized them, okay? And so, rest in peace, Screaming Trees drummer. Yeah, when I show records, unless I intend to, I don't show everything. So I have a ton of Vandergraaf generator. And no, I would not endeavor to be a Peter Hamill completist because he does have a lot of records. I don't listen to him as much as I like the band. I do have some Peter Hamill solo albums. I have the majority of the Vandergraaf generator albums. I really like that music. I like it a lot. So what's on my agenda today? What's there to talk about? Well, because of the snow, I intend to just stick close to home. I don't intend to get out there and trying to drive around in it. I know how to drive around in the winter, but that's why I went to the store, so I wouldn't have to. Not the first day of it anyway. So, here's something that I pulled and played all the way through yesterday. You remember this? The Bird and the Bee. Oh, and because that reminds me, thank you for the Roller Skate Skinny. I did not know that if I ever looked up the connection to My Bloody Valentine, I had forgotten it. And it certainly makes sense with the sound of Roller Skate Skinny that there would be that familiar connection. I do like them. But the Bird and the Bee. The woman in the band is the daughter of Lowell George, right? From Little Feat. Yeah, Inara George. That's his daughter. Love this album. And most of their albums I really like. They put out this album where they did, I think, this music of Hall & Oates or something like that, where it was like I really tried to get into that and it didn't work. But I love their harmonies. And they do a Christmas song. It's my favorite modern Christmas carol, Carol of the Bells. Their version of Carol of the Bells is just gorgeous. I want to thank people. Thank you, Matt. I'm glad that my reviews, it seems that the reviews help to garner interest in your music, your releases. British progressive jazz, they're well worth it. The other thing I noticed is that I'm really pleased, but someone has linked my Takahashi video to the Ryuichi Sakamoto page. on Facebook, which is getting a lot of traffic since the death of Takahashi. And I really appreciate someone wrote, this is really excellent in the post, My regard for those people and that music is very high. Yesterday I found myself listening to a lot of Takahashi music, and I had to stop and think about it. If it were possible to statistically look at how much I listen over the years to Takahashi versus Sakamoto versus Hosono versus YMO, as much as I talk about Sakamoto, chances are I actually listen to Takahashi more. A very important musician in my life. It's, actually a bigger loss for me than Jeff Beck. As far as directness, direct effect. Yukihiro Takahashi's death is having a greater effect on me than Jeff Beck, even though Jeff Beck is a legend. I watched some more. That's the thing about Beck, is I like to watch him as much as listen to him. So I watched a little bit more yesterday. It's been occurring to me to share this with you because it's more apparent now that the YMO, Yellow Magic Orchestra, Yukihiro Takahashi, and those guys are a direct influence on my music. I don't sound like them. Now, years ago, in the 80s, when I was working with Tom Ware, when he was still at Rainbow Studios, we did a couple tracks where we were consciously trying to sound like Yellow Magic Orchestra. I've still got the tracks. They came out pretty decent, actually. But that's the only time I've tried. That's one of the few times I've tried to sound like them. Mostly they just influence me. What I'm saying is that you can hear that influence on my albums. Murphy. This one is really hard to find. Flyover. Based on that movie soundtrack that I did. Very proud of this album. Flyover, and my latest album. Future Still. There is a definite connection and influence of the Yellow Magic Orchestra sound in what I do. And it's subconscious. I'm not trying to sound like them. It's just that I like that way of making music a lot. And listening to it too. Okay. So, I listened to some Toy last night by David Bowie. Not much to say. David Bowie, just when he decided to do stuff, he would do it, and there would always be some good stuff as well as some throwaway stuff. The Buddha of Suburbia. Cool soundtrack. This is good. Bowie earned his stripes as a legend. He earned it. So that's really what I have to show today. I don't really feel like digging anything up. Looking at your comments on the last video, we see those. There are those. If it weren't for philanthropy on the part of people who have money, there are a lot of things that wouldn't happen. I acknowledge that, but it's outshadowed by the corruption and the greed. Rich people do nice things. They do. Not enough. It's just so unfair. I mean, look at homelessness. It's not going away. It's going to get worse. Homelessness will not be solved, and to my purview, it is the glaring example of the true values of man, of humanity, which is it's not us. We don't value ourselves. These people are already forgotten and thrown away. And if they could be shoved into a dustbin and pushed out of the way. That's what our society would like to do. If they could, I can imagine a contingent of powerful people saying, well, if we could just kill them all, kill them off, that'd be a solution. I can hear powerful people saying stuff like that, that we're just, and I say we because I've been homeless twice, that we're just trash and we're nothing but, you hear what I'm saying. And I hear what Bruce is saying, that, yeah, this is the way it is and always is, but I don't like it, that there's somebody always on top, or however you put it, it was true. It's true, but it sucks. So I say something so I don't lose my mind about it. And with that in mind, I want to encourage people still. Please take care of yourselves, folks. Please be responsible. One of the things that I see going on, particularly in relationships, is people blaming each other instead of taking responsibility for their own shit. Which has a lot to do with why I'm single. Yeah, I prefer this. I do. Leave me the hell alone, Seriously, I get like that. I'm not a grump, but I like my space. And I understand human nature, that what's going on with people is what's going on in their heads. And there's a lot of time that's what's going on in somebody else's head. I'm not even interested. Don't bother me. So anyway, be well. Take care of yourself. Focus on loving and accepting yourself and dealing with stuff instead of having stuff from the past that you just keep pushing away and don't deal with. Just work through it. It'll be better if you work through it instead of avoiding it or making it this big block of concrete that's in the middle of the road of your journey to whatever. Deal with it and have a good day.